Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sell More Book Show, episode 577. I'm Bryan Cohen from Best Page Forward, joined by Caitlin White, aka Rosie A. Very successful cozy mystery author, who also happens to run Amazon ads through our author ad agency. So it's like a 2-for-1 exciting thing. Caitlin, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I've been meaning to have Quinn Ward has been on the show before, but I've been meaning to have someone else who runs ads for us because I mean, it's wild. There are not many people who are not million-dollar authors who have run ads for million-dollar authors. But you've gotten to look under the hood of these folks. You've gotten to run those, but at the same time, you are also an author who has sold hundreds of thousands of copies of your books. You've written, how many Rosie A. Point books do you have? At least like a
I've
million, right?
lost count.
Yeah, you have so
Like
many,
90.
90 novels. But you have an interesting story with that, which is like you and I were working together. I was coaching you, and you had hit this big point a couple years back, and it dropped. And now you're getting back there because you're spending more money on it, which is exciting. I mean,
Definitely.
what was that journey like for you? Just like it really sucks to be like, okay, I think I've made it, and then like the sales trickle away.
Yeah, I think the lesson is no matter how much you've made it, you've never really made it. There is no
Right.
making it. Unless,
Right.
I don't know, unless you're like a sheik or Jeff Bezos or something and you're
Yeah.
got like
Then you've made it.
yachts.
Then if you're going to space regularly, then you've made it.
Sure. Yeah. Otherwise, no, I don't think you've made it. And I think that was my mistake, was being in the mindset of, I'm infallible, I'm untouchable. I can cut my ads and I can do whatever I want and spend a whole bunch of money on a website I'm not actually going to use. Beautiful website. Didn't use it though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a return to basics, basically, and going back
Yeah.
to what worked.
Yeah, I love that because so often we make it so complicated, and we follow the FOMO train of just like,
Yeah,
oh, everyone else is doing this thing, I'm doing this and it works well, but probably this thing works better. And
definitely.
and sometimes it does in the service of FOMO. You know, FOMO does work sometimes. Jeffrey Mason reminds me of someone who FOMO has worked for. But for most of us mortals, like if we do more of what's already working, it's, I guess, maybe a little boring. Like maybe we lose the creativity part of the marketing a little bit, but usually that works really, really well.
Yeah, it's almost like you feel that if you're not doing the next big thing that everybody's talking about, definitely it's FOMO. It,
Yeah.
it's uh, it's something. It reminds me of something you said, which was the joy of missing out is
Mm-hmm.
actually the right path, and that
Mm-hmm.
holds true in my experience.
In mine too. It's just so easy to get tempted.
Yeah,
It's so easy to get
definitely.
tempted. And if nothing's been working for you and you've never really had that thing, like following your joyful marketing path and find something that you love doing that also sells books is probably the way to go. But if you do have something working for you, don't assume that someone else has it better.
Yeah,
Like, it's okay to keep doing what you're doing.
absolutely. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes. Oh, yes. So I'm excited for today. So definitely go check out Caitlin's Rosie A. Point books at rosiepointbooks.com. There's 90 or so of them. I love your logo, by the way, of the cupcake with the skull on it. That's very cute. That's very cute. Um, So I did want to let folks know the challenge is back. The ad challenge has returned. We added 9 days to it, and it is got now on-demand content, so you don't have to show up at some random hour. You could do it at 3 in the morning if you want to. And it's now at a low price of $9. So we added 9 days. It's $9. And you can get it now or in a week or in 2 weeks because it's not time keyed. You can get it whatever at authorsadvertise.com. So, Caitlin, are you ready for the top story of the week?
Absolutely. Lay
All
it on
right,
me.
let's do it. Okay, here it comes. Last time on your favorite series. Quote, Kindle device readers in the US can now enjoy short recaps for books they've either purchased or borrowed for thousands of best-selling English language ebooks in series, says Amazon in a recent press release. Quote, Kindle readers love book series by adding a new level of convenience to series readers. The recaps feature enables readers to dive deeper into complex worlds and characters without losing the joy of discovery, all while ensuring an uninterrupted reading experience across every genre. End quote. That's PR speak. Readers can access these recaps in the latest Kindle software on their Kindle device with an update to the iOS app coming soon. There is no word on the Android version either way. Once they've got the updated software, readers can look for the View Recaps button in the series page in their Kindle library or the View Recaps feature within the series itself. Now, will this help sell the next book? Some authors, meaning Roland and some of his friends, are skeptical about how much this will help, given that it's unknown how many people look for or buy books from within the Kindle devices and apps themselves. And given that this is likely an AI-driven feature, accuracy isn't a given. They may, however, remind series readers what happened in the previous book, encouraging them to go ahead and purchase the next book. To learn more about the feature, click the link in our show notes. So, Caitlin, you write really, really long series. And sometimes, you go from one series to a different series, and maybe it's been some time. Do you feel like readers will get some kind of benefit out of being like, well, what happened in book 24 in this series before I get book 25? Like, do you think they would find that beneficial?
I don't know about readers, but it fills me with dread to think. I have a 25 book series, and it fills me with dread at the thought of whatever error I made in book 24 versus what I said in book 12 about the character development. But no, in all seriousness, I it depends. I don't think this is
Yeah,
going to be like a make it or break it kind of thing. It's like a cool little added extra, but how many added extras do readers need when it
right.
comes down to it? How many people are actually shopping off their Kindles? I do it occasionally, but mostly I'm on my PC and or phone.
Yeah.
And if I'm invested in a series, chances are I'm probably binge reading it and just going through. So maybe for some people.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, it's you and I know that the ads on the Kindle devices don't tend to do as well
Yep.
as the ads on the browser or the ads on the desktop. Um, Amazon advertising wants you to think that they do, but we know from a lot of data. And so that makes me wonder how much purchasing is actually happening on the Kindle devices, how much browsing is on the Kindle devices. Um, and I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure some readers could tell us a little bit more about it, but I think that could readers, if they find out about this feature, get excited about it? I think they could. Will it lead to more book sales? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably
I
not.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. So, but to pivot a little bit, Caitlin, we're going into our hot potatoes of wisdom questions. So, you have these big series. Do you have any special tips or tricks for promoting a series?
Yes, actually I do. I I call them special operations because
Okay,
I'm a
okay.
nerd.
No, it's
But
great. I
I'll
love it.
do like Operation Feeding Frenzy because I
Oh,
have
yes.
like a 25 book series, right? So I will do a written word media promotion. I'll first try to get a book club for the first in the series free.
Yep.
If I don't get it, I'll stack promos, but I will do the written word media free book C series promo where you promote the first book free and then you actually discount the next books in the series, and they show
Yeah.
3 of them on the
Oh,
page.
nice.
But then what I'll do is I will do like first book free, next 2 books 99 cents, and the next 3 books after that full price, and then free again. Next 2 books 99 cents, full price. So they have to kind of like shop through, and
Yep.
I've seen that do big, like a lot of numbers actually. For a free promo, it actually goes quite crazy and it lifts everything. So that's pretty cool.
Nice. I like that. And I hadn't used the series promo before. So I don't think they had it when I was focusing on my fiction. So that's a good tip there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, and you have a question for me. I'm ready. I'm ready to answer.
So, what are the biggest mistakes you see with authors promoting a series?
I think authors put way too much work into promoting the latest book, the focusing so much on the launch when really they should probably put 50% of whatever money they're putting into the latest launch in most cases. If you know that, oh, I'm going to spend 10,000, I'm going to make 20,000. If you know that from your data, great. For most, once again, of us mere mortals, if you don't know how well your launch is going to do, putting some of that money into sending people to a lead magnet for that series, either through Facebook or through one of those book funnel or story origin promos, building your list, that's eventually going to make each and every launch bigger if you have grown your following in between. Why do we see diminishing returns for some people between a book 4 and a book 5? People think, oh, it's just the natural cratering. No, it's because you didn't build your audience at all in between one and the next. You focus too much on sales and not as much on growing your following. So put some of that launch money for book 4 into growing your following, getting more people into book 1, because that's going to make a big difference.
That makes sense.
Whew, I'm glad it did. But yeah, I mean, there's always new features coming around. We always like to cover them, even if we don't think they're necessarily going to sell more books. So, Caitlin, this is your big moment here. We've
Oh,
come to the
no.
lightning round that everyone's always so excited about. There's never any groans or anything. So, it's time for your lightning sound. Go for it.
How? How?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I like it. I liked
That's
it
my best
because
attempt.
I liked it because it was multiple sounds. Like if it's just one sound, yeah, but if we're like multiple lightning strikes,
Like
absolutely the
Zeus.
best. You
He's the
are
one with
Jeff.
the lightning,
You
I
remind me
think.
of Zeus. So
This must be the
Caitlin,
beard.
I know the beard, the toga. Um, why does the desire for cozy genres? We've got cozy sci-fi, cozy fantasy, cozy the brosy. I don't know if brosy's ever really took off, but why does the desire for cozy genres seem to be on the rise?
Because of the inherent horror that is all around us. But
Mm,
but also it seems to be a little bit that, but it seems that readers are leaning very much cozy or very much dark.
yeah,
So there's not so much in between at the moment. So I think that's why. It's like you read a whole
yeah.
bunch of dark stuff and then you relieve yourself with some cozy, maybe. I don't know.
No, I think
Works
you're
for me.
right. The world can be a scary place, but if you have a cozy to retreat into, it can be a little less scary.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So you've got a question for me. I'm
So,
ready.
can cozy mysteries sell in typical romance-friendly marketplaces like TikTok Shop?
For a while, I didn't think so. I was like, the people selling direct, they're all romance. The people selling on TikTok Shop, they're all romance. But some of them make it through. I definitely have seen like cozy fantasy in some cases selling direct, selling on TikTok Shop. I have seen cozy selling in person. Like, it doesn't just have to be that cozy is only an Amazon specific KU.
Yeah.
Now, generally it is, but I think that someone will come around if they haven't already, and maybe I just don't know about this person, but someone will come around and make $1 million off of cozy on TikTok Shop, or make $1 million off just selling off their Shopify. And they will, and people will try to copy them, and they won't necessarily have the special sauce, because usually that author loves selling in that way. They
Mm.
love creating video content. They love packing things in boxes. They love all these things. They love all these things, and they want to do that every day of their lives. And those are the people who tend to do well in those mediums. It's not going to be, oh, they did cozy TikTok Shop, so I'm going to do it. Often you need the same combination of goods that helped that person.
Yeah. Couldn't be me.
You tried direct, it didn't work, but you
Don't
gave it a
broadcast
shot.
my shame.
Yeah. Sorry for the shame. Sorry for the shame.
I'm totally kidding. I don't mind.
Okay, good, good. But you gave it a shot. Look, you didn't
Yeah.
say, "Well, that'll never work for me." You tried it, and sometimes you
Yeah.
have to try things. So we shouldn't be ashamed. I've tried some stupid stuff. Remember, I had a cover business. I had a cover business that I thought was going to be great, and we were going to make exactly perfect to market covers. And a bunch of people got refunds because they were like, "I like my old cover better." You mean the old cover that didn't sell any copies? And then we had people that were like, "Oh, thank you. It looks great. It's perfectly to market. Can you put a giant bird on the front of it?" I was like, "We're canceling the cover business. Someone wanted a bird on it." And you make mistakes, and you learn, right?
Yeah.
You learn. Um, so, Caitlin, some
Hmm.
news outlets are reporting that big companies are cutting back on Amazon ads. If this is true, how can self published authors use this to their advantage?
It depends on what the big companies are. Um,
Let's
it-
assume they're big five publishers just for the purpose of this being a relevant story.
I was about to say, but like Coca-Cola is cutting back
I
on the
know,
ads, it
I
doesn't
know. We're going
matter.
to get that
Uh,
sweet, sweet Coke ad space. Yeah,
yeah, that's exactly it. You'll maybe get a little bit of extra ad space.
yeah,
Uh, I'm thinking probably they're focusing a lot of energy on TikTok, BookTok,
yes. Oh,
while
yes.
it's working. So you'll possibly at higher traffic times of the year, like Christmas or holidays, maybe
Yeah,
get lower bids than usual and be able to have a little bit more of a foothold. But I don't know if it's like a huge thing. I still think that regardless, self-published authors, especially if they have series, marketable series, should be advertising. They should be marketing and doing something.
yeah,
No matter what the big five does. That's
yeah.
my opinion.
And you've seen it, like, for your own books, you've seen it for the clients that we work with. It's like, some of them, when they get ads pointing in the right direction, it's just
Yeah.
amazing. And it's not all series. Some of them are standalone authors. It's
Yeah.
like, if the book is profitable, every click makes it money.
Yeah. Absolutely. Definitely.
Awesome. I'm ready for my question.
What are the most common fears or barriers for authors when it comes to marketing their books?
I was just at a great retreat, Lisa Vino and Renee Rose, and they were doing awesome manifesting work and deep inner work. Renee was doing all this amazing, like, cleansing people of these deep, dark emotional connections to family members that weren't serving them. And so many people were told as kids to stay small, to keep quiet. If you're going to be a good person, you're going to be a good little boy, good little girl, you stay quiet. Don't make a ruckus. People who make a ruckus get in trouble. People who sell things are bad. We get all these messages put into our brains as younger, and maybe even when we're older, when we get into this business, it's like, oh, don't do what that author did, because did you see, it was so garish what they did. And like, we get all this messaging, and the biggest barrier I think authors have to push through is to go against that grain, to go against these messages that have been put into us, to work through, to deprogram the anti-selling cult that we had been a part of. You need to probably be bigger to make more money. You need to be open, to be out there, to sell more books. You need to be willing to market and to do things that other people might think are weird. And it's
Yeah.
okay to be weird. And it's okay
Yeah.
to sell things.
I agree. Absolutely.
Dude, there were I brought tissues to that retreat, just assuming like, oh, it's spring, people might have some allergies or something. No, everybody cried. Everybody cried deep cathartic tears. I
I can
cried. It
just
was great.
imagine it.
It was great. It was amazing. So last question of the lightning round to you, Caitlin. So, are there any marketing methods that are uniquely successful for cozies?
Huh. I don't know about uniquely successful for cozies. We did talk about how it's important to stick with the basics
Yeah.
and continue doing what works.
Yeah.
I think there are things that probably don't work as well for cozy rather than that are uniquely successful. I think maybe
Yeah.
uniquely successful would be writing a long series, keeping
Yeah. Very
your
long.
yeah, your branding very consistent. If you do a spin-off, and I've learned this lesson, if you do a spin-off, make sure that they look the same so that people know that they're connected. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise there's that disconnect and you have people questioning, but I thought I read about these characters in another series. Why didn't they look the same, kind of thing? So,
Mm.
yeah, I think long series, staying to market, keeping it clean as per usual, and I don't want to say don't try and reinvent the wheel, but do it as a passion project and just write the next book, basically.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I do not see very many genres that have series that are as long as cozy. It's just nuts. But yeah, that consistency makes a lot of sense. The importance of that consistency. So thank you. Um, we need a question of the week, Caitlin. We've talked about cozy. We've talked about ads. We've talked about this recap feature. Is there anything, if you're like thinking of, I want to ask these authors who are listening a thought-provoking question that interests you, like what's something you would want to ask?
Is what you have planned to do tomorrow morning first thing the thing that is actually going to lead to you achieving the goal that you've set for yourself?
Ooh, I
That's what I
love
would
this.
ask.
Is your first action item for tomorrow morning the right thing to do for you to get closer to achieving your goal? It was a slight rewrite because that's what I could
It was
remember.
better. It was
Oh,
better.
aw shucks. That's the question of the week, folks. You can answer that at the Sell More Book Show After Party Facebook group or on sellmorebookshow.com. Caitlin, it's been awesome having you on the show.
Oh,
I
thank you. It's been
appreciate
awesome
you.
being here.
Yay, awesome. Go read Caitlin's books, rosiepointbooks.com. Go come work with our author ad agency if you're earning $6,000 or more per month from your books, because people like Caitlin can run your ads for you, which is always nice. You can email us about that. And we'll be back next week with another episode with Caitlin. So get excited. Yeah. But and remember that the challenge is back at authorsadvertise.com. Caitlin, for you, for me. I hope everybody has a great week of book selling, and we will be back here next week for episode 578. Bye, everybody.